Ukraine intends to sign bilateral agreements on security cooperation with 7 more countries, in particular the United States. This was stated by the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. He expressed hope that the agreements will support Ukraine in the coming years before the country joins NATO.
Weapons, finance, political interaction. Today I worked with a team on the specific details of these documents, and there is already a preliminary text of agreements for some of them. Each of them will support us in this year and in the subsequent years. A security architecture for the period before joining NATO. We are filling the draft agreements with stronger opportunities for Ukraine and for our common security with our partners. It is clear that special priority is given to everything that will strengthen protection against Russian terror.
The U.S. State Department said that negotiations on a bilateral agreement between Washington and Kyiv were continuing. Meanwhile, on May the 11th, the ambassadors of the European Union countries approved the text of the document on security guarantees for Ukraine. It provides support for the country before joining the EU and NATO.
The European Union and its member states are playing a key role in Ukraine's immediate and long-term security through military, civil, humanitarian, financial, trade and economic assistance, the accommodation of displaced persons, the support of reforms, but also through restrictive measures and diplomatic support. From the Welt publication with reference to the text of EU ambassadors' document.
At the same time, the agreement between EU ambassadors excludes the direct participation of military personnel from EU countries in hostilities against Russia, writes Welt. At the same time, Estonia called on Western partners to remain open to any proposals to support Ukrainians in the fight against Russian aggression, including sending military personnel. In particular, the Estonian Ministry of Foreign Affairs also announced the provision of annual military assistance to Ukraine in the amount of 0.25% of Estonia's GDP over the next 4 years.
All options are on the table for us. We are open to considering different possibilities. What is a priority for us is all about Ukraine, because Ukraine's victory has a direct impact on our security. Ukraine is fighting primarily for us right now, for our security, so we are doing everything we can to help.
EU member states will provide security guarantees to Ukraine: Germany, Denmark, France, Italy, Finland, the Netherlands and Latvia, according to analysts, as compensation for the fact that Ukraine did not receive accelerated NATO membership in the summer of 2023. The G7 countries pledged to conclude a number of bilateral security agreements with Kyiv. On January the 12th in Kyiv, British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak signed an agreement on security guarantees with the President of Ukraine, and at the same time he announced an increase in military assistance to Ukraine. Analysts say Ukraine will receive significant support in negotiations with allies, including Canada.
This document, which we signed with the United Kingdom, that's not a Budapest memorandum, it is more, it's bigger, and it means new packages of support and supplying weapons. It means producing weapons and obligations, for us and for our partners. Alexander Musienko, head of the Center of Military Law Researchers in Kyiv, in a commentary for the Canadian broadcasting company CBC.
Earlier, Norwegian Foreign Minister Espen Barth Eide announced the signing of a security agreement with Ukraine. According to him, Norway will provide Ukraine with a long-term military, political, financial and humanitarian support. Czech President Petr Pavel said that such an agreement would be ready for signing in the near future. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Христина Домбровська, UATV News.